Ni hao, creators and art comrades. Welcome to episode 3 of Asian Art Roundup. We're YellowMenace, and this is your weekly review of Asian art happenings on the interweb, celebrating the bastards of Asian art, toys, anime, NFT, AI, and everything else those at Sotheby's would cringe at. Until 2 decades later from now when they'll be auctioning it for billions. Idiots. How is your Inktober going? Have you been keeping up with the prompts? If so, please share links to your work in the comments. We have lots more astounding art to look at this week, so let's dive in. Daybreak is a digital illustrator from Foshan, China, who creates pop versions of ancient Asian-style paintings and woodblock prints. Images such as the Avengers and Transformers depicted as Chinese deities or Peking opera performers, using clean graphic lines created in Adobe Illustrator, then grunging them up with old paper textures and washed out sepia tones. Daybreak is a successful professional artist who's worked on food packaging designs, wall decor for restaurants, also experimenting with art toys and NFTs. However, recently he's made a fairly drastic change, creating images using the AI program Midjourney. I couldn't find any details regarding his process, but the stunning results he's achieving look like they're from more than just entering text prompts. Either he's importing a base image for the AI to apply the text description upon, or photo manipulating the output afterwards to clean and tweak it. If any of you have experience with AI art, please share with us which programs you prefer, your process, and what you think of the results. We'd love to read about your experiences. Daybreak has been experimenting with Renaissance-style semi-religious grandeur, 60s to 70s era sci-fi novel color illustration. Some of these remind me of the mid-20th century Polish sci-fi dystopian surrealism of artists like Zdzisław Beksiński. Other series Daybreak has produced look like production design for an ancient Asian fantasy anime. He's also created faux fashion magazine covers mixing Hanfu, the clothing style of the Han Dynasty, 16th to early 1900s, with technological cyberpunk headgear. So we can see him still playing with concepts of mashing Asian art with popular elements, but the results look completely different from his previous work. Daybreak has a few AI-generated pop surrealist NFTs up on OpenSea.io, and you can find more of his art on Instagram at Daybreaks66 or Daybreak AI, and also Daybreak Works on Behance. Let us know what you think of his extreme shift in style and technique. Thai digital artist Tonrer, or Tonrer, aka Nutthaput Chuasuwan, also modernizes ancient cultural figures by combining them with current popular references and bold color palettes using digital techniques. We seem to have a bit of a theme to this episode because Tonrer turns up the volume on mythological characters from Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain culture to appeal to the young hype-beast collector generation. His main motif is the Thai yak, or yaksha, a giant protection deity. They can be seen in front of many Thai temples, but Tonrer has iterated his KayRay yaks into hundreds of NFTs. Now, I know some have disdain for NFTs because they all seem to be multiple variations of a single image. I can understand the hate when they're executed lazily or via automation. However, there is a long artistic tradition of creating a series of works from one image or concept. Hokusai's 36 Views of Fujisan, ukiyo-e, comes to mind, as well as Takashi Murakami's 1993 print series Mr. Daub, or Dobojite, which pays homage to Andy Warhol, most notably the Campbell's soup cans. There is a unique thrill in seeing how different and in how many ways an artist can manipulate one subject. Tonrer has pushed his creative limits, augmenting the KayRay series with animation and sound. He's also experimented with other characters such as Hanuman, the Hindu monkey god Sun Wukong was based on, and magical water serpents Prayanak or Naga. NFTs are out of fashion at the moment. However, if the technological issues can be resolved so they actually perform as promised, protecting copyright and paying artists, there could be a renaissance. Luckily, Tonrer is young and savvy, also selling framed art prints, doing gallery shows, art fairs, and illustration. You can see most of his art at OpenSea.io/Tonrer, Instagram at Tonrer, Facebook group KayRay Citizen, no spaces, and check his link tree, linktr.ee/Tonrer for everything else. Thailand, especially Bangkok, is an incredible incubator for artistic talent, so expect to see more Thai artists featured in upcoming episodes. Next up is Chao Illustrator, a designer from Japan who creates posters, ads, NFTs, and t-shirt designs in a bright, clean graphic style, referencing commercial pop illustration from the 80s. Chao amalgamates a few obvious influences with her halftone backgrounds, comic book panels, and playful text quips. She's clearly giving a nod to the overrated 60s pop artist Roy Lichtenstein, who cribbed his art directly from existing comic book panels. Her main subject is always a pretty young Japanese girl, possibly based on the artist herself, rendered in sharp Adobe Illustrator vectors reminiscent of Patrick Nagel's fashion photography-inspired commercial illustrations made famous by Playboy magazine and Duran Duran's album cover. However, there were scores of other illustrators working in this 80s aesthetic as well, such as Peter Sato and Hajime Sorayama. Chao blends all these influences into her own distinct, carefree, pop maximal style, keeping her recipe for composition consistent. 1 part female portrait, perhaps an artistic selfie, sprinkle liberally with bright colors, 80s patterns and design elements, then top with cursive or rounded text expressing a simple, surface-level idea. Chao's work, and pop maximalism in general, is a mini vacation from all the problems in the world. Heavily nostalgic designs, busy with colorful pop references, occupy the viewer's mind, taking them to a manufactured, better time and place. Her art is solely focused on the comforting the disturbed function of art, and I, for one, feel snuggly after visiting her Instagram at Chao_illustrator and her small collection on OpenSea.io, same ID, at Chao_illustrator. Tell us your thoughts on 80s retro art and pop maximalism in the comments. That's it for this episode, but there's always more Asian art to discover and buy at YellowMenace.net and here on YouTube at YellowMenace18. Otaku, Kawaii, Hentai, oh my. Celebrating Asian art since 2013, our mission is to champion the bastards of Asian art, namely toys, fan art, tea design, eroguro, and so on. By joining our Patreon, you can support our weekly output and get to see everything up to a week before anyone else. Bonus videos, one-on-one access, merch discounts, and more at patreon.com/YellowMenace. Editing this weekly art review by ourselves is only possible because of our yearly Envato Elements description. They are not a sponsor yet, but we are affiliated because we believe in their service so much. Envato gives us access to millions of digital assets, including video and graphic templates, sound effects, music, stock photos and video, social media templates, and tons more, all for commercial use for a modest yearly subscription fee. It's the best investment and time saver for every type of content producer. Thanks, Envato. Speaking of which, if you like our editing style and want your own artsy short social media video, please get in touch with us for a quote, subject line regarding freelance editing. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, and supporting Asian art. Let's make art a sacred aspect of our shared existence. Art is our religion, and we're encouraging you to worship at the altar of creativity as well. It's the most tangible and authentic connection to altered states of consciousness. Until next time, Satu, Satu, Satu.